All right, next game up we're going to talk about is YMM versus Rep City. These teams met up in the regular season, and YMM was able to come away with the win 21-12. That game we seen Corey throw 3 touchdown passes, Test threw 2, but had a crucial interception thrown. But I don't think it's his fault. As you look here, they were down 1. He made a throw to B-Dot here. The ball was bobbled by B-Dot. Buto comes away with a great interception. Corey's able to drive down the field, up 1, score the touchdown here, go for 2, put the game away by 9. So that's how these teams, how the game went in the regular season.
And Corey has been clutch every time they give him the ball. When you give him chances like this, he's good at putting the game away. He's been doing that all season. But you got to make sure your receivers grab the ball and not drop it like this. Hopefully, they don't have any plays like that leading into this next game, because if you give Corey the opportunity on the field, he will put the game away on you as he did in the regular season.
And YMM has one of the worst defenses in the league. You know, but they was able to come away with a big play that game. So coming into this game, Tess should look at that and say, listen, this team is going to give me opportunities to score. I have to capitalize. They got Santana back, but he's not 100%. Ice is not here. Jeremy's suspended for the year. So we have an opportunity to beat this team. All the pressure's on them, none on us. So if they go on with that mentality coming into the game, I think they should be fine. So we're going to jump right into the game. Second down, Corey's blitzed and sacked by Meach. If you look here, Meach's speed beats G to get to Corey. That's a huge sack, something that G barely did this season. Meach is able to get him. Corey with 2 passes in the gap for a nice game, picking up the first down. Second down, Corey throws to Wesley, cutting in the middle. That's going to be dropped. Third down, at the 45-yard line, Corey, a blocker from G, runs in the gap for a nice game. If you look here, D-Boy is flagged for holding, getting him to the 15-yard line. What do you think of the call?
I think that this was definitely a holding call by D-Boy. It wasn't intentional, but as he was trying to get through, he does hoist the person down and pushes him to the side. You can see that that's a hold. That's too much grabbing by D-Boy there.
Fourth down, Corey's blitzed by Steve-O, picked up by G. Corey finds Slutty open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Steve gets the sack. Steve-O gets the sack on the extra point. 6-0. But if you look here, D-Boy guarding nobody on the sideline, leaves him open for the touchdown.
And this is D-Boy showing that he is not the same player as he usually was, that he was in the past. And that is why Corey and this YMM team is attacking him here. He doesn't have that quick reflex he used to have.
Yeah, he has to build that because he hasn't played. Yeah.
And because of that, that's how they were able to beat him by the time he's able to react. The receiver's open for the touchdown there.
Test on first down, throws deep to Terrell, who has a step on Slutty. Caught in the end zone for the touchdown. 6-6, if you look here, Slutty gets caught by Meach crossing route and leaves Rel wide open. And like I've been saying all season, if Rep City wants a chance to compete, Rel has to beat LeBron James, comes over with a big touchdown here.
And I haven't seen nobody stop him since last year. Every time he touches the ball, he makes some things happen for this team. Tess has to find a way to get it to him. Every time he can, he finally gets it to him, getting him open. And that is a great way to respond back with a touchdown here.
Second down, Corey with 2 passes in the gap to get him to the decent game, getting them to the 48-yard line. Corey then on 4 rush, runs in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Corey with a screen pass to Brandon, runs on the sideline for a decent game, getting him to the 15-yard line. We see Corey in rhythm this game. He seems to be moving the ball. He seems to be all business all the time. Great drive by him here again. Second down, Corey is blitzed by Meach, blocked by G. Corey throws a Rico in the gap to get him to the 5-yard line. Third and goal, Corey throws a screen to Brandon. Good block by Rico. Brandon dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Rep City believes he didn't get in, but is ruled a touchdown. Rico gets an extra point, 13-6. What do you think of the play?
This was a close play here. Because I'm in the back, it's hard to see exact. Because remember, there's no physical line right there in the end zone. But it looks like as Rico makes this block here, Brandon's able to dive in front of the end zone. But that's not the only thing I want to talk about. You got to look at this impressive drive that was run by YMM team. Corey knows how to set up his plays and get his guys in good position. Even that screen pass that got them downfield to the 15-yard line, that was a big play. And I think that plays like that is difference makers when you're driving down the field.
After getting the first down, Tess on 4 rush throws the lucky in the gap, off target, almost picked off by Rico. You know we always say, when the defense makes a mistake, second down, Tess throws a rail in the gap, caught. Santana just misses the tag, Rose runs on the sideline into the end zone for the touchdown. 13-12, Rep City jumps back in the game. And before you talk about the tag, I want to show you here. Santana's not 100%. So who is he guarding? Rep City's best player. And Rel beats him on a crossing route going here. Now, it looks to me like if you slow it down, Santana tags him early. He gets there too early before Rel has the ball, which is why they didn't call it a touchdown. You see Santana also clapped his hand knowing he missed the tag because he was beat on the route. They could have challenged it, they don't, and the touchdown stands.
And the thing about it is, even though we're looking at it and it looks like he got up there early, the challenge is there for a reason.
They knew, Santana knew he didn't tag him,
yes,
that's why
so it could have went the other way. I would have rather, me personally, I would take the chance and go for the challenge.
Not if the defender says, I did not tag him. They didn't even attempt a challenge because Tanner knew he did not tag him.
But my thing is, more than that, you can see that Tanner is not the same player as he usually is. If he is fully healthy, he comes in and at least knocks this ball down. He gets beat by Rel, something that doesn't normally happen, showing that Santana's not 100%, and they may end up attacking him moving forward.
Corey throws a slutty wide open on the sideline for a nice gain, getting him to the 30-yard line. First down, 1 second left on the clock. Ruben gets ejected for cursing, pushing Wyman back to the 45-yard line.
And that is a killer right there because they make a big play to get to better field position, to have a better chance to score before the half. Ruben kills that from the sideline, cursing, and he not only hurts his chances of getting in the game, but he also hurts them from scoring towards end of the half.
Last play before half, Corey throws it up incomplete, taking us into the half, 13-12, Wyman.
And right here, even though they I'm not going to say that they completely missed the opportunity to score here, but I still like the way that Corey is calling plays and driving down the field and getting all his guys involved in the game. He's using Brandon, he's using Rico, he's using G at blocker. Everybody's involved in some way or another, and that's why they were able to get 2 scores. They scored 2 out of 3 times in this half, but they've been successful almost every time they got on the field. If they keep that rhythm, they have a good chance of winning this game.
If I'm Rep City, I like my chances right now. We're chasing 1. We gave up 2 touchdowns. They're 2 for 3 on the drive, but this is the best offense in the league. But we have scored on both our possessions. We had the ball twice, and we scored twice. Why? Because this is one of the worst defenses in the league. We have to keep attacking them. Corey was the best quarterback this year.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. You know what I mean? We're going to have to still see the vote because we may get some votes for Chuck. You still may get some votes for Chris from Harbor Humans. So, but the thing is, I think Corey was the best quarterback this year. Still could get votes for Adi. But Corey was the best quarterback this year as far as touchdown passes. So he's going to score. He threw 23 this season. But at the end of the day, this team has given up 18.4 points a game. Second worst defense in the league. We have to capitalize. As long as Tess does not make a mistake, we're ready to strap our boots and get ready for the shootout. We're going to take the second half. Tess, during the play action, is blitzed and sacked by Brown. That is a huge sack. You can't go for a play action and still give up a sack, and that's a big sack.
But my thing is, why even go for play action anyway? Nobody believes that you're running at this point of the game. So why even go for that? Brown is not tricked. He runs right in on the blitz and gets Tess for the sack here.
Tess with 3 passes for a nice gain, getting on the first down. First down, Tess with blocking from B-Dot. Throws deep to Rel on the sideline. Pass is short. Picked off by Brown. Giving Wyman the ball back. If you look here, zoom in. T-Boy was wide open on the sideline.
And these are plays that Tess has to be aware of. He doesn't span the field. It looked like he was trying to go for LeBron James, like how you've been saying. But that was a bad throw, bad decision, all around bad play. And that leads to Wyman getting the ball right back.
Corey's blitzed and sacked by Meach. Meach spins against through G to get to Corey. That's Meach's second sack of the day. And we see that G is having problems with speed and elusiveness, which Meach has both. It's the second sack of the day.
And that is huge because you need to pressure Corey. Corey hasn't looked like he's been pressured all season. And in the playoffs in this play, G seems like he's meeting a hard it seems like G is struggling to keep Meech in a good position because Meech is able to move around him, use his speed to beat him, and he gets another big sack here.
Third down, Corey throws a Rico in the gap for a decent gain, getting him to the 45-yard line. If you look here, Green slips at the last second, leaving him open. Fourth down, Corey throws the Brand on the sideline, caught but out of bounds, turnover on downs. We're able to stop them. After we threw the interception, that's a great stop by our defense.
And bend don't break, that's what they be calling their defense throughout the season, and that shows here. Even though Reem kind of slipped and gave Rico that big play there, they were able to push. They were able to create a defense that's tight enough for Corey to force that pass to the sideline. Brandon can't hold on to it in bounds, and that leads to a big turnover caused by Rep City's defense.
And Rep City, they don't have a great defense. They were only 9th in sacks. They was only 9th in interceptions. They were only 8th in total defense. But the bottom line is, this is a playoff. All those regular stats get thrown out the window, and it's about what have you done for me lately, and that is a big stop by Rep City, giving their offense back the ball. Test, with blocking from B-Dot, runs in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Test throws a Meech on the sideline for a decent gain, getting him to the 20-yard line. Third down, Test throws a Lucky open on the sideline, that's going to be dropped. Fourth down, Test throws it up, picked off by Wesley. Wyman gets the ball back, Test's second interception of the day, but I think it's the big play that he threw the Lucky open on the sideline and Lucky dropped. That was huge there.
Yes, and that was a big third down play. If they would have caught that, they would have been within scoring range at the 10-yard line. But because Lucky drops that big pass, Test is forced to throw it up. They had nowhere else to go. You gotta catch passes like that in the playoffs. That is what you're here for. And because he drops that big play, that leads to them losing opportunity to score.
Corey throws a Kako on the sideline for a decent gain. Second down, Corey throws the Brand in the gap for a few more yards. If you look here, Debo with a hit at the end of the play. Was a hit with the shoulder. What do you think?
I think that this is too close to call. If you look here, it looks like Debo extends his hands right before the hit right here. A lot of people do not like the way hits like this look, but if you look, Debo does get his hands extended before he makes the hit, so that was no flag on that play.
Third down, Corey is blitzed by Meech. Blocked by G. Corey throws the Kaka, who runs in for the first down. That is a big first down. Rep City is allowing Corey to get back into rhythm. You got to be able to stop that play. They don't. Corey with 3 passes in the gap for a nice gain, getting him to the 7-yard line. Fourth and goal, Corey throws a Brandon in the corner of the end zone. Brandon trips on his way to the ball. Incomplete, turnover on downs. That is their second stop. They stopped Wyman last time for getting the first down, and then on this possession, they stopped them on 4th down in the red zone. That is great defense if you're a Rep City. Definitely looking very impressive.
And again, that bend don't break mentality is showing again. On 4th down, they were able to stop them twice. Corey, if you look, he's driving down the field. Almost, I would say easily. It's fair to say easily that he drove all the way to the red zone. But then that last play, they're falling short. This one, Brandon may have been able to make a play, but because he loses balance here, it leads to a turnover here.
Big stop by Rep City. They get the ball. They're trying to put this game away to down 13-12. First down, they see they're going to come with the blitz. Test is going to run for a short gain. Second down, Test throws the B-Dot in the middle for a decent gain. Third down, Test throws a seller on the sideline to get them to the 40-yard line. They need a first down. They need a first down. Fourth down, Test throws the Beaskey on the sideline. Incomplete. Turnover on downs. Beaskey wanted a hold, didn't get the hold on Kaka. Turnover on downs. Suddy's going to get the ball, running the ball on 4 rush to kill the clock, ending the game. Wyman with the win, 13-12.
And there's a lot to talk about with this whole drive. I know Beaskey was arguing about the hold on the last play, but I'm going to evaluate each and every play on this drive.
Got you.
If you look on the first down, first of all, we start with first down. Test, as soon as he sees a blitz, it's almost like this play was designed for him to run. As soon as he saw it coming, he runs. But if you look here, Cello is open Cello is open in the middle right here. Doesn't look back.
And the blitz was picked up by B-Dot.
Yes. So my thing is, you have time. You could have made a big play with Cello running in the middle. They missed the opportunity. They only get a few yards on the run. Second play, that's a good play right there. Find a B-Dot for the big gain here, and they get to they moving the ball. Third down, if you look here, they throw to Cello on the sideline. They get a few yards extra. I think that they could have got better yardage if a lot of their receivers, if you look, are not looking back for the quick pass. Fourth down is the key to this drive here. If you look, Beaskey's the only one short besides Cello. First of all, Celo's line up on the sideline. He's not fast enough to line up on the sideline. I don't see why you're doing that on a 4th down play where you need the 1st down. That makes no sense. Celo's a big body. You need him in the middle because if you look, they're not guarding the middle. Second, if you look at Horse, he's another big target that you're trying to get a short pass for the 1st down. He goes downfield. Why? He doesn't stay here. The middle is open, but he keeps going, does not look back. Third, look at D-Boy in the sideline. He runs down, he runs on the sideline. He does not look back. He's open on the sideline right here for a 1st down. You turn around, you're getting the ball. He doesn't turn around. That leaves Tess to only one option by the time Wesley's coming in, which is Beaskey. Now, if you look at this play, there was contact by Kaka as he passes by. But my issue with Beaskey is, yes, is this merited a flag? That's something that's debatable. But we'll never know because right as he gets touched, he's looking for a flag rather than playing through it. Sometimes you got to give the refs the ability to do their job. Rather than calling for it, play through it, let them see it blatantly, and then we'll see if you get a flag. Then you can complain if you don't get it. But if you look, Beaskey stops the play right here. Rather than play through it, he probably still had a chance of getting the ball. Because Kaka wasn't properly guarding him anyway. He could have gotten beat on this drive. So this whole drive leaves open to criticism, and that's kind of why they weren't able to get the 1st down.
We're going to go with the interview with both teams really quick. And then when we come back, I'll give you my thoughts of this game on both teams. Be right back. What's going on? What's going on, people? Stephen J. here with Rico, Corey of YMM. They just came through with a close win, 13-12 over Rep City. Corey, we see you throw 23 touchdowns this season. We've seen you run for another 3. But you only scored 2 touchdowns today. What happened against this team?
Nothing really, just trying to control the clock. It was a very windy day, so we're trying to limit the amount of possessions because I think I could drive a whole field better than anyone. That's pretty much it.
What it was like to watch your defense be able to step up this game. Y'all had the 2nd worst defense in the league in the regular season, but this game, y'all stuck together and really shut down their passing game.
It's playoff time, money time. That's just how it is. Money time, we buckle down. Show up.
Rico, with everything your team's been through, especially with your quarterback losing his mom, and like I said, you're in our prayers, family's in our prayers, how it is like knowing your quarterback still came out ready to play focused to help your team get back to the chip?
That's the leader of the team, man. He's the quarterback. He understands that the ball ain't going to move without the captain. So, you know, he's here, he's making plays, and right now we just trying to win one game at a time, you know? Defense stepped up, right?
How was Rep City able to keep the game close versus y'all today?
Win factor. They played good defense, too. But overall, we controlled the tempo. We controlled the game. He was at the 5, coming all the way up. Like, first TD, Slutty misjudged it. Great throw, by the way, by Tess, but happens. We ended up with the win. Good game with them.
Next week, y'all play 99 problems in the Elite 8. Shannon's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks running the ball and have one of the best secondaries in the game. What do y'all got to do coming into that game next week?
We're not revealing no secrets.
No, we're not revealing no secrets. We're just going to show up. Number 10th in the league in defense. We suck. So we'll be all right.
Looks like they took on that same personal, but they showed they was ready today. We'll see you on the site, man. What's going on? Stephen J. here with Rel, captain of Rep City. First of all, we appreciate you doing the interview after a tough loss. You was able to stop the #1 offense today. Corey threw 23 touchdown passes. You helped him to 2 touchdowns. What was the game plan coming into this?
Just make plays on defense. You know, we always we pride ourselves on defense all the time. You know what I mean? Saying that's our calling card. You know what I mean? And it was no different today. You know what I'm saying? We held IOD to, you know what I mean, 2 touchdowns or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? We just got to get it clicking on offense, and then you know what I mean. Everything else will work itself out.
What made it happen? What do you think made it happen that you wasn't able to close out the game when you were right inside of it?
Just getting the first down. We always one play away. Just getting that first down. We just needed a first down. We didn't get it.
What would you say Tess was like his performance? Did throw 2 touchdowns. How would you think he did coming into this playoffs round?
Coming in, Tess played as well as he played all season. As you know, the video shows. All we had to do is just keep on moving the ball, and we just couldn't get it done in the second half.
All right, we're going to thank Ralph for being here. Congratulations on making the All-Star team, by the way.
Thank you.
We're going to see y'all next week on the site, man. Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it.
Much respect to Corey. Definitely lost his moms. And the guy's still playing ball. I got much respect for him.
I mean, as you see on their jerseys, you know, his
Yeah.
mom's name is on it. It's tribute from the whole team, which is a great motivation to keep moving forward throughout the playoffs.
Definitely. We know what that's like. I played when my niece passed away. I played. You know, I actually played when I went and played a game when my niece was on a respirator. You remember? And I know what that's like. Came back and, you know, they had already turned the machine off. So my heart goes out to him. I know what he's going through. You know, as far as trying to use the game to, you know, take your attention off of what you're going through. Let me give you YMM first. YMM should have lost this game. Much love to Corey and everything he's going through, but I'm gonna do what I do. They should have lost this game. Corey scored the first 2 possessions, did not score again. They got stopped, and stopped. Rep City had the ball. They scored their first 2 possessions. Second half, Testo's an interception on first down. No excuse for that. Next drive, a big drop 3rd down, which would have got him inside the red zone. You say about to the 10.
Yeah.
Test ends up throwing it up and gets picked off. That's 2 interceptions on 2 drives back to back. After your defense just made 2 stops. I made a stop. So they got the ball. Stop. Defense made another stop. They got the ball again. Then you go again with the ball. And you have 4 downs to pick up a first down. And they don't get it. First of all, Tess was scared of the blitz. I think it was brilliant for YMM to use Wesley. It took his shot over the middle because if you look here on both drives, he had guys open the middle and he had to wait. Either he held it or he had to wait. My keys is this. If you look at all 3 of these first plays, B-Dot is in on the field. On the 4th down when they need the first down, I don't see B-Dot. I played with Horse. Great player. He in his prime, he was one of the best players on this team, on our team. Horse is not that player anymore. He should not be running this route that he's running when the team needs a first down. B-Dot should have been in there because B-Dot can block, give you time, or release. Horse can't block. That's not what he does. So I think the personnel's wrong. Second, YMM has one of the worst defenses in UFL history this season. Why are you playing a spread formation against a team that's banged up in the secondary, in Ice out, Tanner playing hurt, Jeremy out? Rep City doesn't have a lot of speed. They have a lot of size. The hardest thing to guard, especially in the short range, is size. Because when you run your slant patterns, you get each other open. They did not do that. They lined up in a spread formation. That's 2. And how the hell you have 4 plays to get a first down and your best player does not touch the football? How can Rel not be involved in one of those plays?
I give you one play that he was involved in, this extra point here where he drops the ball to tie the game.
Yeah.
Listen, so all of that is a factor.
Yeah, and you just said it. That extra point, and we didn't show it. We're showing it now. When they were chasing 1, he drops the extra point. He has to be LeBron. He cannot afford to not be perfect. But I don't put this on him.
No.
I give him some blame. This team is all Chiefs, no Indians. That is going to work at Casino because of your talent. I give it to them. Not going to work up here, not just in UFL, EHS, any other league, because the talent is matched, if not better than yours. 1. 2, you don't have a real quarterback. If Tess is your quarterback, then you need to develop him as your quarterback. He can't throw only when these guys are not here. They didn't do that well. Meach did not have a great season this year. Rel had a very good season. Try to do everything he can. They need another playmaker. Meach is another playmaker, but he's not another offensive playmaker. He's a great defensive playmaker. They need another offensive playmaker. That's what I think. They need a ball giver. They struggled there. Look who they had giving in the ball. They have guys that do not pressure the passer, which is why this team was only 9th in sacks with 2 sacks This team is 2-6. They had 2 sacks all season in 8 games. They had 2 sacks. Now, Meach came away with 2 big sacks. But when Meach blitzes, you lose him in the middle. So that's why David didn't have Meach blitzing as much, because they needed his defense. This team needs to go back to the drawing board, rebuild. They need to get a quarterback that's just theirs. That's what they need to start off with first. YMM played terrible. Good win, but they played terrible. Testo's a pick on first down. They drop a third down, and then they couldn't get a first. I do not put that on YMM's defense. This defense, I'm not scared of them. I love the fact that Rico came and brought the energy, but I'm not scared of this defense. I'm not. They don't put no fear in my heart. And we saw when Corey's not playing perfect, which he didn't play today, this team was only won by 1 point. Against a team that was 2-6. So I wouldn't pop the champagne yet. I wouldn't have the thing, because next week they got 99. So it's time to strap up and get ready for this, because if you play this game against 99, you're going home. They have one of the best secondaries in the league. Number 3 in interceptions. So if you expect Corey to play perfect, you better figure something out. Now, 99's Achilles heel is they were 9th in sacks also. Only had 2. So that's going to be interesting to see. We're going to get into that when we do our matchups at the end. But at the end of the day, YMM comes away with the win 13-12 over Rep City. Rep City got a lot of building to do, because this is not working. They can't save it for the playoffs to try to turn it on. They got away with that last year. It didn't work this year. All right, we're going to wrap this one up. We'll be back next on the next game. We'll be right back. Real Tough Talk. Welcome back, people. Last game up. Never Scared versus T-Max. Now, these teams met in the regular season. T-Max ended up playing the best game they played all season. Coming away with the win, 26-12. We seen Timmy, if you see it, going off 3 touchdown passes. They look like they were on the next level. Timmy looked like the player that everybody expects him to be.
Yeah.
You know? And as I look, Steph threw great, 3 touchdowns, only threw 1 pick. Fred threw 2 touchdowns but had 1 interception. So definitely it was a good game.
And he also ran for 1 touchdown.
Yeah. So this was a good game, but this has looked really good on Team X, as Steph looked like the starting quarterback that they needed him to be.
And on the games where he wasn't really showing up, they didn't really do so well. When he wasn't there, when they played against Carver, they had Sim play, they couldn't even score. On a game that they held Carver to 6 points,
right,
they couldn't score that game, and that's why they ended up losing. Maybe Steph would have been the difference maker. Sim wasn't there either, so that hurts. They're both here today, and they're looking to contribute for them to keep moving into the playoffs, getting past Never Scared in this game.
And Never Scared is not the same Never Scared from last year. Never Scared had the number 2 defense last year. I mean, the number 2 offense last year. This year, they only have the number 7 offense. Defense, they're still not a great defense. They're 10th in defense, but they have the number 7 offense. And I think that carries over to why this team has the record they have at 3-3, because the fact that they had trouble stopping teams. They will try to outscore you last year, and this year when your offense can't keep up with the lacks that the defense is, you're gonna get a record like this, and you're gonna eventually. He got more. What baffles me about the team is they got more weapons, but they look like a better team offensively last year, and they have more weapons this year.
But the thing is, those quote-unquote weapons that you speak of didn't really have a breakout year that they needed to. No. The only person that I saw stepping up for this team's offense was J.O. He was the most consistent person on this offense. Besides him, nobody else. Sean had a heavy decline to see on offense.
Played well defensively.
Defense, but offense is what they needed this year, and they did not have it. Joel wasn't here all season, so I mean,
Ouija played pretty good.
What I'm saying is he wasn't as consistent as he needed to be.
But he had more weapons. That's what I don't get.
Yeah.
He added Tim, who was a big pickup.
Yeah.
He had him. Ouija played decent this season. You had Eric that you had. Boy, you had a lot of offensive players, and your offense took a step back. I don't understand that.
Is it because Fred himself had a step back this year? I mean, the stats just show that everybody had a decline, including Fred. So at the end of the day, they have to let that go. Let that go to the side. That's the regular season. They have to play differently in the playoffs and play the way that they need to if they want to move on.
All right, we're going to jump into the game. Second down, Fred throws the Julian in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Julian has struggled with a lot of drops this season. That's a big drop there. Third down, Fred is blitzed by Tim, blocked by Eric. Fred throws the Julian in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Never Scared with 3 straight drops or forced to punt. Julius, this is one of the worst seasons I've seen him. He's been dropping a lot of passes. He dropped 2 passes on this drive. They dropped the combined 3 passes, and they're going to have to punt.
And that is what contributes to the decline on their offense. Drop passes is something you can't afford. Last year, you had a few passes here and there dropped by Julio in the last year. We kind of criticized him for that. But now it's been spreading to a lot of guys all over the team. And plays like this show that that's what they've been struggling with all season.
First down at the 45-yard line. Steph throws to Khalil on the sideline, who runs for a decent game, picking up the first down. I like this guy, Khalil. He's a playmaker. He's a good two-way player, and I think we just seen the tip of the iceberg as far as this game. First down, Steph throws the Dre on the sideline for a decent game. Third down, Steph throws deep to Ralph, open on the sideline high, incomplete. Team X will have to punt. That's a big drive. Steph missed on that big pass that would have really helped them. They're not able to capitalize on the stop their defense made, and they're going to have to punt.
And hopefully this is just one hiccup for them, because that pass right there, if it was more accurate, that was touchdown. Ralph was wide open on that sideline. I don't mind the decision to go downfield. You're supposed to do that when Ralph gets open, but he doesn't connect with them here and at least to punt.
Fred with blocking by Eric. Fred throws the jail in the gap. With blocked by Ouija, jail runs for a nice gain. Second down, Fred with blocker from Eric is still sacked by Tim. Was this a sack?
It looked like he gets tagged on the arm, but if you look when you slow it down, he just misses on that play, but it's still close enough that it merits them to get the sack. The thing about it is, Tim shouldn't be getting that close, but Tim is a person that's very hard to block.
Yep.
So he's been putting pressure on quarterbacks all through the season, and that's a big play by him on this play here.
Never Scared is not able to get close enough for the first down. They have to punt. The second time they punt today. Steph with a screen pass to Khalil, who runs for a decent gain. Then second down, Steph on 4 rush, runs in the gap for a decent gain, getting him to the 45-yard line. After getting the first, Steph with 2 passes in the gap for a decent gain, getting him to the 20-yard line. Third down, Steph is blitzed by Chino, who's blocked by Tim. Steph throws to Dante in the gap. That one is going to be dropped. Last down, Steph on 4 rush, throws a J1 in the back of the end zone, off target, almost picked up by Sean. Turnover on downs. Never Scared makes the stop.
And this is a huge stop after them falling short on the last offensive drive. They're able to hold Team X. So not too much harm done. The only thing is they got to make up for all the time that was wasted in this first half.
Yep. Second down, Fred throws a Ouija in the gap for a decent gain. Third down, Fred is blitzed by Tim, who's blocked by Eric. Fred throws a Ouija, cutting in the sideline. That's going to be dropped. Never Scared has to punt. And I've never seen so many drops before. I'm lying. I've seen drops before, but this is ridiculous. It's a playoff game. It looks like nobody wants to make the play, take the lead, or take command of the game itself. And both teams are punting back and forth. This is another stop. Second down, Steph throws a J1 in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Steph throws a Tim in the gap for a decent game. The gaps are left wide open, and I think that's the weakness of Never Scared. They got to keep it. Steph is moving the ball. Second down, Steph throws the Khalil on the sideline, who runs in the gap, getting him to the 7-yard line. 4th and goal, Steph on 4 rush, throws the Ream, cutting in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. 6-0, Team X gets the touchdown.
And they finally put one together on this drive here. They attack the gaps, and I think that is the key. As soon as Steph noticed that they are leaving the gaps open, he attacks it. They drive down the field, and they finally put away the score. Great drive by Steph.
Never Scared get a nice kick return, but can't score before the half. Take us into the halftime, 6-0.
And Steph, when he gets in rhythm, is capable of moving the ball and putting up points when he's given the opportunity. Tim giving him time at the blocker position, and I think those two things work hand in hand. Right now, they're not. They kind of missed the ball on a couple of drives, but hopefully this touchdown that they score before the half is what gets their drive going, that gets their momentum going on offense. If they're able to keep that going, they'll be able to walk away with this win and move forward.
Never Scared had the ball 4 times. We're not going to really count the last one. They didn't really have time. So the other 3 times they had the ball, they punted on all 3 possessions. They dropped 5 passes in 3 possessions as they punted on all those drives. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if they're trying to give up the win. I don't know if they're trying to lose this game. But they don't look like they want to be here. Because there's no way you're facing a team like Team X and you're struggling to catch the ball. This team is dangerous defensively. So you got to make plays when you're given opportunity, and they're not. We've seen Steph inconsistent with his passes, a little inaccurate with them. So we have opportunities to not only capitalize defensively, but to put pressure on them by scoring, and we still have not scored a point all game. Remember, we're the number 7 offense in the league, but we still scored points. We scored 14 a game. We have none going into the half. We're going to see what happens in the second half. After a short pass for the first down, Steph will block it from Rouse, runs in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Steph throws a J1 on the sideline, get them to the 25-yard line. Third down, Steph is blitzed by Chino, blocked by Baby. Steph throws it to Tim with Boy guard him at the back of the end zone. Tim steps up, makes the catch in the end zone for the touchdown. 12-0, Team X.
And this, again, if you look at this pass here, Boyd has him. He's covered here. Boyd is with them. But Tim battles through, steps up, and makes a diving catch for the touchdown there. That is great effort by Tim. He's been a person who's been putting his body on the line every single time he gets on the field in any which way he can. And this is another example of that. Great way to catch that ball for the touchdown.
After getting the first down, Fred throws to Joel, cutting in the gap for a decent gain. Third down, Fred with blocker from Eric. Throws to Sean in the middle for a nice gain, getting him to the 15-yard line. Last down, Fred with blocker from Eric. Throws to Sean in the back of the end zone. Picked off by Marquise, giving it back to Team X. If you look here, B-Roy rushes in, forcing Fred to make a bad throw, and that's why it's intercepted.
And that is the way to read the play there. B-Roy knew that if he gives any more time, that Fred will be able to find one of his receivers cutting in the end zone. So he steps in, he rushes in. B-Roy's not a person you're going to be easily able to throw a pass. Fred makes a bad throw. Even though Sean was there, Marquise is waiting for it, and he goes and snatches that ball for the interception.
Steph pitches to Reem with blocks in the gap. Reem runs for a nice gain to the 35-yard line. Third down, Steph blitzed by Just. Blocked by B-Roy. Steph throws to Khalil in the gap to get them to the 45-yard line. Last down, Steph with a quick pass to J1 in the gap for a short game, picking up the first down. Steph then's going to run out the clock, ending the game 12-0, Team X with the win.
And Team X did what they had to when it mattered. First of all, shout-outs to Tim. This man, no matter what the game is always able to make something happen for his team. Whether it's by blocking, whether it's by blitzing, whether it's by being a receiver out there, everything that this team needs, Tim gives it to them any way he can. Steph, not as much points as he scored last game, but efficient enough to put two touchdowns on the board and put away the game. So they did their job, and defense held. So everything that needed to happen in this game did, and they come away with the win to move on to the second round.
We're going to go to the interview with Steph and Tim. We're going to be right back. What's going on? Stephen J here with Team X. They had a win over Never Scared. I think it was, what, 13 zip? You've always been a believer in Steph. You always said Steph should be a starting quarterback. Did he prove anything today?
He did his job like he does it week in and week out. Does his job. That's all we need him to do is do his job. You said in the interview we had on Instagram, he got to step up, he got to show he can throw up numbers. Defense, like I said, defense is going to hold us down, zip them up.
You know that Fred puts up point, Never Scared is known for scoring. How was you able to hold him to no touchdowns today?
Defense just apply pressure, all gas, no brakes. It's just our way, right out with the defense. It is what it is.
Steph, last game, right now y'all going to have Carver in the next round. Last game, your team lost 6-zip, but you didn't throw that game. Do you think you could do a lot better playing them this week?
I mean, as long as the defense does what the defense does, we'll be in all the games that we play. So as long as they keep doing what they're doing, we'll keep getting better on offense and get more continuity together, and we should be good. Yeah, shout out defense. He ain't lying. Shout out defense. So, yeah, I definitely think we got a shot with anybody in here, man. We got some hungry people on defense, hungry people on offense. So if you line up against us, it's probably going to be trouble.
What is it like knowing today it was a big game and you had your whole team out here ready to ball?
You feel me? Your whole team out here ready to ball. That was good. We got to build a little bit more chemistry. Everybody's here. It shows that we're here ready to play. So just keep sleeping and just let us keep working.
Marquise, you had a big interception in this game when they were driving in the red zone. What is it like to see that the defense, the thing that people kind of took shots at this year, how you feel that y'all played in the playoffs this first round?
I feel like we played great. It boils down to just making the mistakes throughout the season and then actually learning from them and saying, like, yo, let's do this, let's do that. And then once we start communicating, bro, no one's beating us, bro. We're on the same page. We're moving 100 miles an hour. We're on it. So Steph gonna feed off us, and we're gonna win this game.
Y'all been disrespected a lot this season. I know y'all heard the talks and all that like that. You play Carver next week. Is it a chance for y'all to make a statement?
We're going to make a statement every week, no matter who we playing. Carver, Wyman, no matter. It's a regular game.
Regular game. Like, no matter.
I give them this, though. Carver, great organization, great team, you feel me? So you definitely got to be prepared when you play them. It's not like you just going like, yeah, it's just Carver. You're going to go and ready to play. You know, and they're going to come ready to play. They don't want to lose. They still going for 50, so we definitely going to lock in. I mean, but you got to understand the way we feel is like whoever we play against, we got a good chance. And the way the defense is playing every week, second time never scared. This is the second time they shut them out. So it's like, boy, they balling, man. Chuck and them score 6 points against it. As long as they play hard, we going to be in it, man. So I think we got a chance.
I didn't play that game either.
We're going to thank these guys for being here. They got Carver.
Tough talk, though, man. Y'all doing that thing, man. Y'all putting it on the map, baby. Good job, guys. For real. Good job.
All right. We're going to thank them for being here. They got Carver next week. They wanted them. They got them. Let's see what happens. See you on the site. I don't know who this team was. This wasn't Never Scared. Never Scared looked scared. Dropping passes, giving up touchdowns. This team did not look like they wanted to win this game. Towards the end of the game, they were laughing and joking, and it seems like they knew they didn't have a chance. Or maybe they figured if they win, they didn't have a chance next round. Bottom line, this team didn't feel like they had a chance to win a championship, and that's what we're here playing for. It's a shame. They have to go out and get, I would love for them to get another star. We've seen Sean come back to her offensively this season. We saw he's a good defender. He was a good defender last year.
Yeah.
He's not an explosive offensive receiver. You saw that this season he struggled. So that was a one-hit wonder offensively last year. Sorry to say, but a spade is a spade. Other than that, Fred didn't have no weapons. That's why he was 7th in scoring. His only weapon last year was forced to find plays with Sean. This year, to involve other guys in the offense, they struggled. And I put it on Coach Ed because he didn't adjust. He has to find a way to get this quarterback weapons. There's no way you get more weapons and your offense steps back. Ed has to go get some more offensive players for Fred. It's not here. You know, he's decent, but he's not a big-time playmaker. He worries about talking so much. Boy was hurt a lot this season. Finally came back. Ouija's not the same Ouija as before. Joel's playing with Don't Sleep, so he hasn't really been here in many games. We saw Sean step back. Just does not look like the Just that made the All-Star team a few years back when we first started. There is nobody on this offense that scares me. Bottom line. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. And defensively, these guys are not disciplined. That is the main issue on making stops because they were 4th in interceptions. I mean, there was 4th in sacks. They were 4th in interceptions. But you're 10th in score and defense? That doesn't make any sense. Mm-hmm. That means you take risks. That's why you're able to get these interceptions. That's why you're able to get these sacks, but you also give up points because you take risks. They have to improve that because one thing we know don't grow on trees is quarterbacks.
Yep.
You have one. It's time to build from the inside out and go get this man some weapons. All right, we're going to wrap this game up. Team X moves on 12-0 to they beat Never Scared. We're going to be right back, go over our matchups real quick and wrap up the show. Leave it. You will cut it on your own and then we'll jump it on. All right. We're going to go over the matchups, what we think is going to happen. You got IOD versus UTF. You have 99 versus YMM. That's the East. You have Carver Mob versus Team X. You have Grind Time versus LES. Give me the first one, 99 versus YMM. What do you think?
I think that this is going to be a close game regardless. I think that Corey's not going to be able to score as much points as he usually does in this game because of 99's dangerous secondary.
Right.
All of the guys that are normally here during the season are going to be here. Herbie will be here for this playoff game in the second round. All the guys that make their secondary dangerous will be here. So Corey's not going to have the explosive game at quarterback as he usually does.
Right.
But I think on the flip side, their defense is going to hurt them, YMM's defense. So Shannon, even though I don't see him blowing up the scoreboard either, I think that he's going to at least score 2 touchdowns on this team. It's going to go down to the wire. And one play that either team gives up is going to come away with the win. But I see 99 getting that play to win the game by at least either an extra point or a touchdown.
So what's your prediction going to score?
I would say 20-14, 99, only because YMM has been struggling to hold many defenses in this league. So because of that, I think that they're gonna 99 is gonna edge away with a win.
Everybody don't always listen to what Ghost said.
Yeah.
Because Ghost, Super Friends, the year they won the title, Ghost picked against them and they won the title. So you may like Ghost going against you. I don't pick the games because I ref the games, but I'm gonna give you some insights. 99 is able to win this game 22-16 in the regular season. Corey threw 2 touchdowns. Shannon threw 3. Neither quarterback threw an interception. Very interesting. Very interesting. They got to find a way to neutralize Shannon's running game. YMM does not have the defense to slow him down. So they have to neutralize him in the pocket and not give him more time to extend the play. Now, he's different from a Lou or Chris. Shannon is not running to extend the play. He's running to run.
Yeah.
Shannon has to prove he is a quarterback that can run and not a runner who can throw. It's a difference.
Yeah.
What people don't understand. Corey's facing a very dangerous secondary, 3rd in the league in interceptions. But he has one of the best blockers in the league versus the team that was 9th in sacks with 2.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? He's going to have time. He's going to have time. Unless they do what? Send 2. If they send 2, they expose their defense on an island. And it comes to the matchups. I love the fact that you're going to see a guy like Twan and Herbie, who should be here, against a guy like Slutty, Rico, Brandon. Those matchups are going to be excellent. It's going to be something to talk about. Yeah. Christian, who's played well. Rico, who's played well. They got a great secondary on this 99 team. Yeah. And Shannon will go out there if they need him to play secondary. Defensively, I'm worried about YMM being able to stop 99 scoring. Now, 99 was not a top scoring team. This team was only 8th in scoring. But they are great at running the football with Shannon. And we see if you can neutralize them, which IOD did, you can beat them. But if you don't, as we seen them play, I think it was UTF where he ran all over them, then you have problems. So you heard Ghost's matchup on that. I'm going to give you the next game. UTF, we're going to have the next game, UTF versus IOD, the defending champs. Now, we seen this was a close game. Now, IOD was able to win 20-12. But we also saw that game. Adi threw 3 touchdowns, so only 1 interception. But the key about that is Lou destroyed their secondary. He scored 2 big touchdowns. And this is like a rivalry game he has, and he's going against his old quarterback.
Yeah.
Ramsey. Hold on. Ramsey threw 2 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 interceptions that game. And Chad was one of the guys that got him. Chad and Slasher both had an interception. That's 2 crucial turnovers. What do you think is going to happen in that game?
It's all going to come to which Ramsey you see on this UTF team. Is it going to be the Ramsey that's the gunslinger Ramsey that takes shots downfield? Or it's going to be the Ramsey that chops up the field, makes safe throws, and keeps and reduces his interceptions. He only threw 5 this season. So that's a different type of Ramsey that we've seen in the past.
Correct. I'm going to go to his numbers right now. I'm going what you got.
So if Ramsey's able to protect the ball, not make too many mistakes, and find his receivers, driving down the field, I think that he has a good chance to upset this team, this ILD team. ILD had one of the best defenses in the league this year, so it's an uphill battle for UTF. That is the main reason why I pick ILD to beat UTF by at least a touchdown. I would say 21-13. That's my end score for this game because I don't see ILD putting up that many points in this game because UTF have a capable defense, but not enough to win the game for them. So that's why I call 21-13 win.
Ramsey was 16-5.
Yes.
That was the number. Great season.
Yeah.
Now this is my thing with these teams. ILD has the number 2 offense in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the number 3 defense in the league. That's the key.
Yes.
Now, what I love about this is ILD led the league in sacks last year. This year, ILD's only 6th in sacks.
Mm-hmm.
But, and you hear that and you figure, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Akon and Swiss barely played. And they barely played together.
Yep.
When Akon played, I don't believe Swiss played that game.
No.
And then when Swiss played, Akon wasn't playing. They were there, but they wasn't playing.
Mm-hmm.
These are the 2 guys that bring the pressure on the blitz. That's why they led the league in sacks last year.
And the funny thing is, you see them on the sideline. They're watching.
Yes.
They watch the games. They watch what this UTF team does and everything. So they're gonna come with the pressure in this game,
Right.
and that's one of the reasons why I picked ILD to win because the pressure between Swiss or Akon coming on either side may be too much for Ramsey to protect himself with. They have 2 capable blockers with Frankie and G, but I don't know how long they can hold these 2 guys from pressuring Ramsey. So that's the key, in my opinion.
Correct. And we just talked about that ILD defense. Now, we said they're 6th in sacks, and it's because they didn't have Swiss and Akon this season. Mm-hmm. But what they are is, on defense, this team was 1st in interceptions.
Yep.
So they added Chad. Chad had a great season. Chad had
he had 4 interceptions.
4 interceptions, 1 sack. He ran 1 back. Then when you look at the numbers, and sorry it's taking me so long, Lou had 2. You know what I mean? You had Gotti had 2.
And the funny thing
and
is,
Lou plays ball giver.
He had 2 interceptions.
So my thing is, this team has a defense. They also have Brandon, who killed offensively. Buck, who killed towards the end of the season. They still have one of the best top 3 quarterbacks in the UFL, the bad man, Adi.
Yeah.
So this team is prepared for UTF. This is not the same team UTF lost to 20-12.
Yeah.
Also, this has to be on Ramsey. Ramsey has not been considered elite in this thing. In this league, they don't call him a top-tier quarterback. They don't put him up there with Adi. They don't put him up there with Chuck. They don't put him up there with Dion. They don't put him there with Corey. They say he's the next tier. You know what I mean? Or Reggie of last year. They put him in the next tier. Fred. You know what I mean? They put him up there with JJ. They don't put him in. This is his time to step out and say, you know what? I'm as good, if not better, than those other players. So that's the key with him. As far as this UTF defense, yes, this defense was 4th in the regular season, but that makes no difference come playoff time. They're weak in the middle with Ak and Pig. They have to get more involved in that. This team was only 6th in sacks because Ak and Pig cannot blitz the quarterback the way they used to.
Mm-hmm.
ILD also have a great blocker.
Yeah.
So, obviously, if I say his name.
Yeah. Who?
Who's ILD's blocker?
Oh, Johnny. Sorry.
ILD also have a great blocker.
And Johnny.
Yes. So, they're not getting by Johnny. So, the key is they have to find a way to slow down ILD's passing attack in the secondary because you're not going to pressure them up front. You have to send 2. Don't send your giver. You didn't have a great giver all year. Don't try to do that now. It's not what you did during the season. This is going to be an interesting game. This, out of all the games, is one of the games that's a possible upset.
Yeah.
But you got the score being?
I got 21-13 with IOD winning, so I don't see an upset in this game.
All right. So we're going to go to the next game. The next game, okay. The next game up is Carver Mob versus T-Max. Now, I was interested in this game because, like you said before, Carver Mob came away with the win, 6-0. Chuck throwing his worst game of the year versus T-Max.
And he was only able to score 6 points in this game. He threw 2 interceptions to Khalil. 2 identical interceptions, by the way. Looked like he threw the same pass.
And Khalil also caught him on an extra point.
Yeah, I didn't mention that.
Which don't kind of get the stats, but that means he can read Chuck's delivery.
Yes, and also they came with the pressure. And the funny thing is, the main guy who been pressuring quarterbacks, which is Tim, wasn't here this game.
Correct.
Then you had on Team X's side, they didn't have Steph at quarterback either. They had Sim, who unfortunately for them did not put up any points. He threw terrible in this game. So that's one of the reasons why Team X came away with a loss, only 6-0. When you have a game where you cannot beat Carver in a game 6-0, that means you did one thing right and the other thing terribly wrong. So that's why, in terms of looking at who's going to win this game, I believe that the burden the burden to win this game is on Steph. Steph has to be the difference maker for this Team X team. If they're able to play the same way on defense against this Carver Mob team, I see them holding them to within 2 touchdowns. If they're able to hold on defense. But Steph has to actually score at least 2 touchdowns in order to even compete in this game.
What score do you have?
Unfortunately, normally I'm one that loves the underdog. I always side with the underdog because it's always, encouraging to go for the underdog. But today I don't see an underdog winning this week. I see Carver Mob coming away with the game 22-14. Carver's gonna seal the deal with a few 2-point conversions. That's gonna throw off Team X's momentum after they score that 3rd touchdown, and I think that's gonna put away the game for Team X.
Now I'll give you some of the numbers. Carver was 3rd in scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 in scoring. They had the best defense in the league. This team average. They play 5 games. They have forfeits. Forfeit their last 2 games. Without averaging those in, as far as games played on the field, this team gave up 5.6 points a game. How do you give up less than a touchdown a game? That's amazing.
Yeah.
So their defense, this is the best defense I've seen them have.
And I underscored their defense, honestly, because I didn't even mention it. I looked at Steph being the key for Team X to winning, but it's an uphill battle and a battle fighting against this Carver Mob defense.
Carver was 7th in interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
So they wasn't a top team in interceptions, but they were 2nd in sacks.
And one of the key reasons why they were 2nd in sacks is this Carver Mob team is the best.
The best in the league.
At the blitz.
Yeah.
The best.
Nobody does it better than them.
Nobody does it because it's not that they have certain guys that are better at blitzing than others. It's the way that they scheme and line up their guys.
And it's all surrounded by Ricky.
Yes.
Ricky's one of the most difficult guys to block, and the problem is you have to prepare yourself when he rushes in. Now, if you don't know he's not coming or you think he's coming and nobody's home, somebody else may come. This team is very dangerous in this league. On the other side, you have Team X. Team X was 6th in sacks. Team X was 4th in interceptions. Defensively, Team X was only defensively. Team X was 6th in defense. So that's not bad, but they were 12th in offense.
Yeah.
The 2nd worst offense in the league.
And I think the whole quarterback issue is what really killed them from the beginning of the season.
This is a chance that Steph has a chance to beat one of the best quarterbacks of all time. This is his opportunity. He has a defense that can do it. Jay Will has to be involved.
Yeah.
Carver's going to do their best to double Tim. Jay Will has to get involved.
Yes.
Now, the thing about Khalil had 3 interceptions. 1 was extra point. 2 was on regular plays. The question is, what he got to be prepared is, Chuck doesn't like that stain on his resume. He's going to go after him.
Mm-hmm.
The question is that smart?
Yeah.
The guy already been reading you. This kid is an athlete. We got to see how that's going to work. Team X cannot get distracted by Pams. They cannot. Pam's is one of the best, the masses at distracting teams to worry about him.
Yeah.
They cannot focus on anything he says, anything he do. They need to just play football.
And another thing, do not stress the refs the way that they did in the last game. Yes, there was a blown call in that game that's merited, honestly. But don't focus on what the refs are doing. Play through the game, let the refs do their job, and let your game speak for you. Because if they're able to do that and keep focused, I think that they have a great chance to upset this Carver Mob team.
All right, we hear a Ghost prediction. The last game we're going to talk about is LES versus Grind Time. LES came away with the win last time, 20-12, as Grind Time made a late run in the game, but they was unable to come away with the win. The thing about that game is we seen Lou throw his worst game of the season. 2 touchdowns, but he threw 3 interceptions.
And the thing about it is, one person that they have to, look for on defense is LES's guy, the Raiders guy, Will.
Yes.
They got to look for this man
an
and know
interception
exactly.
and a touchdown on
They got to know where this man is on the field. They got to guard him both. They got to worry about him both ways. Let's just say
he
that.
looked like a rookie of the year.
Yes.
It could be.
My thing is, he hurt you when he got that big interception that game, and he also had the walk-off touchdown
versus IOD,
towards the end of the game. Versus IOD. So, and this man was a factor in the game against Grind Time as well. So you got to look for this man and make sure that he does not kill you the way that he has been killing teams all season.
But bigger than that, JJ threw 3 touchdowns this
Yes.
game. Didn't throw an interception.
Mm-hmm. So
that's huge.
My thing is, and that's because he wasn't put under pressure enough. Because he was comfortable in the pocket, he was able to stay comfortable and throw some accurate throws to make those scores.
Different now that they got Baca. This team, Grind Time, is the league leader in sacks.
Yes.
They sacked the quarterback more than any other team in this league this season. Mm-hmm. So this team can bring pressure. And the other side, they were 4th in interceptions. So they were top 5 in sacks, top 5 in interceptions, and top 5 in defense. This team's defense plays. Offensively, they were 4th in scoring. So this team can make noise. On the other side, LES, they were 9th in offense, 7th in defense. Not the best in the world. They were 6th in sacks, and they were 2nd in interceptions.
Yeah.
That is the key. And that is led by guys like Spud, guys like Will, Joel. They got guys that can make plays on the ball. You're going to have to hope that Lou is careful when he throws his rock.
Yes. But looking at Lou's game throughout the season, Lou has been fairly accurate with his throws throughout the season. So I don't see him making as many mistakes as some other quarterbacks have against this LES team. So I see, like I said earlier with the Carver game, unfortunately, I do not see any upsets in this game.
This is a 2 versus a 3.
A 2 versus a 3, so it can go either way. But I see Grind Time edging them out with a score of 14-7. I don't see this as a high-scoring game. I think that this is going to be a defensive-oriented game, but I think that's that Lou is going to be able to score the 2 touchdowns that they need in order to put the game away. You mentioned the whole thing about defense and putting pressure on JJ. They have Baca. They also have Rob, who's also good on defense, getting past a lot of blockers in this league. So I believe that the pressure that they put on JJ is going to be enough to deter his game on offense. And because of that, Grind Time goes away with the win.
All right, we're going to wrap up the show. Hopefully y'all loved it. Next week we'll have the nominees. We'll have a little bit more about the All-Star game. We're going to see y'all next week, man. Thanks for being a part of this, y'all. On behalf of Real Tough Talk, I'm Stephen J. and my partner Ghost. We're going to see y'all guys next week. Enjoy the playoffs. See y'all guys soon.